All right, guys. Looks like I'm live here. I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. I was called to pop on here today because I was really feeling the energy of Mars conjunct Pluto. We've got the moon in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries, which is our wounded healer. We've also got the North Node right there in Aries. So there's this incredible stellium of what I'm hearing and feeling is personal power coming online, a new surge of energy, of currents that we could be feeling in our nervous system, we can be feeling in our electrical bodies, in our electrical grids, outside of us, as above, so below, as within, so without. So if you guys follow this channel, we've been talking about the last few days, especially the importance of sleep and possibly how a lot of us may not be getting the sleep that we're normally used to getting. And again, if you looked at my live yesterday, we talked about asking the question, what's right about this, right? What's right about all this surge of energy coming online and how we may be experiencing it and how we may be interpreting the energy. So, in my own, you know, every AM I have a routine, right? Because that's what anchors me into this now time dimension moment and helps me feel grounded. It helps me feel solid. So I have what are called non-negotiables in my daily practice that it why I call them non-negotiables is because if I don't do these practices, I do not feel stable. I don't feel stable in my mental realms, in my emotional body. I don't feel safe. My nervous system doesn't feel safe. So me grounding in my practices daily has allowed me to feel a sense of continuity and predictability in such unpredictable circumstances, right? Because I don't know if you guys know this, but I've been a nomad now for really since 2018. So the unpredictability is really, my home life, my stability. I don't have a root system, if you will. It's unconventional. My roots are in the air like an air plant. So because of that, because of my chosen circumstances, now remember, I don't adhere to the victim mentality anymore. I've chosen all of everything in my life. I've chosen it and I've gone to places within to see really why I've chosen these circumstances, what my lesson is, what I've come to learn in this lifetime about learning to be stable and learning to have safety and security within no matter what's happening outside of me. And so this is a practice. And for those of you guys that are really feeling possibly these uncertainties, this instability that's happening because of what's happening on the world stage, what's happening maybe in your family life, what's happening with your jobs, within your personal relationships. This is we're near Valentine's, right? So love is the focus for a lot of us, whether we're in partnership or single or married or looking for partnership. This is the time to really realize that we're attracting exactly what we need for ourselves. And so, what does that look like? What does that relationship look like? And how are we navigating these uncertain frequencies that maybe we've never experienced before? Well, part of my daily practice is meditation. I do a 20-minute meditation in the morning and or in the AM. I don't want to call it morning because morning is like sorrow. Remember, language is important. Upon my grand rising is how I like to reframe that. But I've been working with certain divination cards that I really resonate with. And I really want to give a shout out to my dear friend, Sarah Ellen, who gifted me with this deck of cards. And this is actually called the Sacred Rebel Oracle deck. And I felt like it was so apropos for this time period that we're in, especially because we're in the time of Aquarius where the sun is shining its beams, its light onto in this Aquarian frequency. And if you know anything about Aquarius is all about the sacred rebel. It's about doing things different. It's ruled by the planet Uranus, which is a very unpredictable planet. It's like flashes of insight, aha moments, realizations, awareness that maybe we have never been seen, we've never seen or have been witness to before. So this is the energy that we're in right now, especially with Mars conjunct Pluto. Pluto is about transformation and change, and Mars is about action. So we're really taking action on changing our circumstances because change is inevitable. That's the one thing that's constant and consistent is change. So I wanted to do a collective card pull. I sat and meditated. I closed my eyes. I said, "Okay, anybody that's watching this, that's feeling a resonant vibration to this channel and this information, what would you need to know today?" And the story, and I say a story because there's writings attached to this oracle deck. And the story that came through was about Pandora's gift. So this is the card pull. It's at 40. You can see it's the number 45, which is a 9, which you know is completion. And this is the card. This is the energy of the cards. You can kind of take a look at her. And I love the artwork here. This is a deck by Alana Fairchild, who I really like her writing. So this is Pandora's gift. So we know the story of Pandora's box, right? That there's this mythos about how and I'm not sure exactly all of the story, so I'm going to have to research that. But I know that there was a gift given to humanity in the form of Pandora's box, and I know a lot of the fates were given the gifts of sorrow and pestilence, I believe, and all these negative gifts. But the last gift that was given in Pandora's box was hope, right? And I was listening to a podcaster the other day, and I don't know her name, and I'm going to have to look it up and give her credit because it really resonated. I actually put it on my vision board. Hope, helping other people every day, and realizing that when you help another, which is very Aquarian, right? Helping groups, organizations, one another, we're really helping ourselves. And so, but there's this also dance because we've got Chiron and Aries right next to the moon in Aries. So there could be this sort of push pull that we're feeling because we want to help the other, but we also have to take care of ourselves. Aries, we have to make sure that we are fed, that we are nourished, that we are taken care of, properly supported. Our cup is full, if you will. Aries, right? Self, me, myself, I, so that I could give to the other, which would be Aquarius, which would be groups, organizations, other people. So this is the time right now where possibly a lot of us were trained or indoctrinated that we're just giving, 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 and not self-nurturing, not self-caring. And that could be a great wound, right? Of Aries, this is the wounded child, but it's also the North Node in Aries, which is what we've come to learn. So perhaps there's this dance of energy where we could feel conflicted in a way that we know we want to be of service, but we also know that our cups are empty. So, how do we fill our cups daily? Well, like I said, for me, and this is just an experiment that I've been working with in my own practices, is practicing daily the non-negotiables of filling my cup the way that fills me, that nourishes me, the way that I know sustains me. And even if it's something as simple as drinking lemon water every day, putting a little dash of Celtic sea salt, right, because of minerals, doing yoga every day, making sure I'm moving, moving the currents of energy around my electrical system, around my spine, right, making sure the energy is fluid, is again, these are practices that help my nervous system, that help my inner child feel safe, and so I've had to ground in these practices daily in what I've called the non-negotiables, right? So for those of you that might be feeling this sort of uncertainty, this because we're in such new realms of experiences, our inner child could feel a little nervous or scared. But I would invite you also, because the moon is in Aries right now, to practice the energy of bravery, because we're in this duality of nature, which is one energy cannot exist without the other simultaneously. So if a lot of you are experiencing fear or uncertainty, the counterbalance or the allopathic medicine, if you will, to counterbalance that would be bravery, would be to practice something to maybe ask the question of, okay, what's right about this? And how can I stay curious? How can I stay curious about the energy, even if it's uncertain or unknown? Like the child's mind, children are curious. They're not fear is taught. So going back to that state of our original default system and our nervous system is staying in that state of curiosity and wonderment, and let that bring excitement, because the excitement could be translated as fear or anger for not being able to be in control, right? Because Pluto, the power planet of transformation, is also ruled by Scorpio, which likes a certain amount of control, right? So where can we release this idea of control, of uncertainty, and surrender it to the frequency of bravery and curiosity, right? These are just some of the words that were coming through as I was processing the energy for you guys and for the collective. And yeah, I believe, I think that you guys can, if you want to comment on if you're feeling any of these energies, please feel free to comment below. How are you navigating these currents of energies? What have you been experiencing during this, especially these last few days with these currents of energy that we've never seen with Mars conjunct Pluto? What's coming alive for you? So I'm going to tell a story so you guys can, drink your tea or coffee and just sit back. And I'm going to read to you from this oracle deck about Pandora's gift. And again, here's the card. And see if any of these words resonate. Just sit in your heart space. Maybe take a deep breath with me. So I'm going to put my hands to my heart. Take a deep breath in and let it all go. And just sit back and listen to the words of this oracle read for the collective for February 13th, Valentine's Day. And this is about Pandora's gift. Okay. So there is a mythic woman, much aligned throughout history, whose name means all gifted. Pandora lives within us as our curious nature, yearning to conquer chaos, evil, and darkness with the light of knowledge. She is the hopeful voice of our soul that asks the questions, and in doing so, triggers the process that brings the answers. Sometimes it is through uncomfortable learning that we find our treasure. Pandora reminds us that the process of learning can also take us to places that seem like the end of our world, and yet all is not lost. Even now, the light within you is stirring for new revelation, new life, and new adventure. Pandora is all gifted and all giving. Her presence invites you to forego your belief in judgment. Now is the time to surrender the misplaced guilt that you might have brought upon yourself or another, some terrible happening. It is time to let go of the shame-based belief in punishment. This is the belief that you deserve to be brought to task over any perceived imperfection, or that your natural human journey somehow renders you inadequate. Pandora frees the soul from such torment. This is her gift. The human journey necessarily involves learning through experience. There is no shame in your learning process. Pandora's presence is the sign of a new time, a time to swap the notion of inherent shame for the acceptance of inherent divinity. From this moment on, how unstoppable shall you become? And I'm going to go ahead and fast forward. There's a healing process. There's more to it. I'm going to see if I want to read any more of this. Yeah, I'm going to read this next part because I feel like it's relevant. Sacred rebellion is happening within your soul as a powerful uprising towards liberation. You are breaking free from the weighty criticisms of the world, from the power games that bore you senseless, and from the insanity of sacrilegious priorities in this world. Dare to disobey anything and everything that is not divine. Pandora is the leader of your soul revolution. She defies the vicious judgments of history and all that has been said about her. She shrugs off misery, despair, and the weight of the world to recognize that she is the bearer of the true and beautiful light of peace, comfort, hope, and reassurance. With her oracle comes the realization that you too are a divinely defiant believer in hope, who shall cast off the works of anyone who seeks to torment you. And there's a healing process here that I like to read and again, for those that are, please take this if you will. Use your filtration system if this aligns with you for this healing process, because I love this oracle deck because it does give you the information, but also how to work with the energy if you're feeling the energy or if it resonates. So this is the healing process that the Oracle book invites. Begin by grounding your attention in the here and now, away from daily distractions and your own thoughts, which can be challenging right now, right? Because we've got Mercury in Aquarius, which is all about forward thinking and lots of information. So if you can, take off your shoes wherever you are, ground outside, maybe go touch a tree, ground in the energy and be present. Take some deep breaths. And this is the time to really focus on the meditation practices that you've been cultivating or curating. It's like clearing the mind, clearing it of clutter. I think of meditation, how my guides were showing me, it's kind of like, every day we brush our teeth, right? Because our breath stinks, and we wear deodorant because we don't want to be stinky. Well, meditation is a way to clear our thoughts that have been cluttered from the day before what we experienced. It's a way to, again, just like a teeth brushing or deodorant, it's a way to keep our energy clear and clean and feeling good and smelling good, right? So that's what meditation is for me. That's why it's become a non-negotiable in my world. Just wanted to throw that in there. Going back to what this is saying. So begin by grounding your attention in the here and now, away from daily distractions and your own thoughts. This process will take you beyond intellect and into the purely intuitive knowing encoded in the divine light of your soul. Sit or stand comfortably and relax. So if you want to do this now, I want to take this moment, guys, whoever's watching, whenever you watch this is going to be perfect for you to maybe do this now, to sit or stand comfortably and relax. Take that deep breath. Place your hands at your heart and close your eyes for a few moments. When you are ready, you can lower your hands and say the following out loud. And again, this is optional if you guys want to use this mantra, use these words, because words are powerful and they create our reality. So these are words offerings that you can be using right now to navigate these energies. My heart light is unmasked from shame, fear, and doubt. Those that seek to torment me are unequivocally uninvited now. I bow only before divine truth, light, and love. All else is summarily dismissed. All else is summarily dismissed. If you would like to add the dramatic flair of some hissing, yelling, tongue poking, or some other, I respect your right to live as you choose, but you aren't welcome in my soul, so get lost. Action. Feel free. That was funny. Then take a few moments to imagine, feel, visualize, or intend that you are breathing divine light in and out through your heart. As you breathe this light, anything that is not for your highest good flies out of your heart at the front, the back, and the sides, and the light simply grows and grows. Relax as you do this. It is so natural for the heart to amplify divine light. It is a way that the soul breathes. When you are ready, say the following out loud. Again, this is optional, but this is the offering of the Oracle deck. I give the true divine beloved permission to guide me into the fulfillment of my sacred gifts, talents, and destiny. May all that was originally intended for me be released into my being and protected through divine protection, grace, and my own free will. So be it. Place your hands in prayer at your heart and bow your head. You have completed your healing process. So I just wanted to share this Oracle deck, this invocation, this healing opportunity, this just moment in time and space to take a conscious breath, to be aware of the energy, to be aware of your body, to be aware of any places of you that felt shame for being yourself, for being your true, authentic nature, where you weren't allowed, maybe where we didn't allow ourselves. This is culturally what is coming up for us to be seen, to be alchemized through Mars and Pluto, and ultimately to be healed through Chiron and Aries, especially with the moon, our emotional nature, to just truly be ourselves, truly be with the heart of the inner child, and use the medicine of bravery, use the medicine of courage and curiosity to navigate these uncertain times, these uncertain waters. Be very diligent about what you watch on television, what you ingest through conversations, Now is not the time to be gossipy or to talk about one another in a negative way, because ultimately, if we are all the one, you're just talking about yourself and you're creating this poisonous environment for not only the other, but for yourself. So if you're feeling these sort of negative thoughts and judgments, go alchemize. Drink some lemon water. Move your body. Do some exercises, whatever it is, to move that energy up and out of you, and then transmute it. Give it to the earth. Give it. Go hug a tree. I know these are very simple practices, but they are very effective. I always call it the Occam's razor of spirituality, right? Usually the simplest explanation is the correct. So, anyway, I just wanted to offer this perspective, offer this card pull. Also, too, I wanted to share with you, I've been using a magnesium spray. This is the brand that I've been using to help with nervousness. Magnesium is really good for sleep. So again, if you find yourself a lot in your thoughts, I even use some of the magnesium spray on your temples. Of course, I use essential oils every day, but I just wanted to share with you that a lot of us are magnesium depleted, which is why we're feeling probably the sleeplessness and the anxiety. And just there's all kinds of side effects when we're missing certain minerals in our diets and our bodies. So I just wanted to share that as well. An added offering to just bring awareness to the body right now is our temple. It's our sacred sanctuary. And so to really treat the body as kindly and gently as you can, while again, we're all navigating these uncertain realms, these waters, these frequencies, the unknown. And if we can stay in that state of curiosity and support ourselves during this time, it's going to be really beneficial. We'll be our best selves for ourselves, and ultimately our best selves for the other, for our communities, for our friends, for our family, which is really needed right now. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Wade, for being here and sharing time and space. And for anybody that watches this, any now time moment, this really is for the collective to help all of us just feel a little bit better about ourselves and our circumstances and what we're all experiencing, and to be compassionate, because we're all going through this change. None of us are exempt from these currents of energies. So much love on this Valentine's flow for all of you. I love you so much. Thank you for being here in this now time moment. Many blessings to you guys. Okay.